So yes, hello students. This session is especially for your upcoming board exam. In this session, what we are going to do? So we are going to revise coordinate geometry with some previous year questions, right? And yes, what we are going to cover today. So the first thing is some definitions: point, abscissa, ordinate, axis, and quadrant. Then after, distance formula, section formula, midpoint formula, and obviously at the end, previous year question, right? So without wasting your time, just start the session. Okay, so the first thing is coordinate system. We all are aware about this. So what is the coordinate system? So yes, this is the x-axis, x, x dash. This is y-axis, right? And this is the origin, right? We all know this. This is the origin, right? This is the first quadrant, right? This is the second quadrant. This is the third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant, right? Okay, so this side x will be positive, this side x will be negative, again this side y will be positive, and this side this will be negative. Okay, now if we talk about any point, right, suppose I'm talking about like 2 comma 3, right? So this 2 is coordinate of x, right? And what is 3? So 3 is coordinate of y, right? That means 2. So just mark point 2 here. Yes, 2 and 3. So 1, 2, 3, right? So this point will be 2 comma 3, right? Okay, so what we observe here, that in the first quadrant both x and y coordinate will be positive, while in this case in the second quadrant this will be negative, this will be positive. In the third quadrant both will be negative, and in the fourth quadrant positive and negative, right? Now if someone asks that -2 comma -3, in which coordinate this point is going to lie, obviously it will lie in third quadrant, right? I hope this thing is clear. One more thing I'm just going to tell you, that suppose we have a point like a comma b, right? So here, what is a and what is b, we all know, right? So a is the coordinate of x-axis, right? So I'm just going to summarize this: coordinate of x, right? And this is coordinate of y, right? This is also known as abscissa, right? And this one is ordinate. Okay, and one more thing, this is the perpendicular perpendicular distance. This is the perpendicular distance from y-axis, right? And this thing is perpendicular distance from x-axis, right? Suppose we have the point like -3 comma 2, right? -3 comma 2, so we can simply draw it to coordinate axis, right? -3 comma 2, that means x is negative, y is positive. So here, somehow here, -3 and 2, right? Obviously this will be -3 and this point will be 2. Okay, now, so what is the abscissa? So obviously this one is abscissa and this one is abscissa, and this is ordinate. Okay, now I have just told you that this abscissa is the perpendicular distance from y-axis. Obviously you can see now this is 3. So if you talk about this point, then this distance is going to be 3 unit, right? Always keep in mind that if you have the point like -3, but distance is always going to be positive, right? So distance from y-axis will be 3 unit, right? Okay, I hope this thing is clear. Always remember this thing, abscissa and ordinate. On this point, you may have the question in your exam, right? Okay, now let's have a question that will make more clear actually, right? So we have the question, the distance of point -1 comma 7 from x-axis, right? So right now I'm just going to tell you how can you solve this, but later on you'll just see the coordinate, you'll give the answer, right? So -1 comma 7, obviously here -1, so this point is -1 and 7, so somehow here, so this will be -1 comma 7. Distance from the x-axis, right? So this is the x-axis, so distance from the x-axis will be 7 units, right? I have told you now, this will tell you that the distance, perpendicular distance from the y-axis, sorry, x-axis, and this is from the y-axis. So option B will be correct. Very simple, right? Okay. Now let's learn some more topic. Yes. The second thing is distance formula, right? Suppose we have 2 points A, and the coordinate of point is x1, y1, and point B, coordinate of point is x2 comma y2, right? Now if you want to find the distance between these 2 points, so AB is x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square and square root of this, right? You can also write like x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square, because whole square is there, right? If this terms comes negative, then this square will make it positive, right? So this is nothing but the distance formula, right? Okay, I hope this thing is clear to you all. Right now, based on this, let's try to solve some question that will make more clear. Yes. So the distance of the point -6 comma 8 from origin. If you see here, I have just told you that if you have the 2 points, but only 1 point is given here, right? But yes, 1 point is this one and one is origin, right? So we all know the point coordinate of origin is 0 comma 0, right? Now we have to find the distance OP, which is very simple, right? What is OP? So again, -6 minus 0, -6 minus 0 whole square plus 8 minus 0 whole square, right? Now if you solve this, you'll have 36 plus 64, which is 100, and the square root of this is 10. So distance will be 10 units. That is option D is going to be correct, right? Okay. Now the next thing, one more question. These all question are your from your previous year board exams, right? So next thing is, if the distance between points this and this is 5, then what is the value of P? Okay, so suppose this is point A and this is point B, right? Given AB is equal to 5 unit, right? Okay, so here we can also write like just AB is, what will be AB here? Now we can square both sides now. So if you're squaring both sides, so you'll get AB square is equal to 25, right? Now just use the distance formula. So 1 minus 4 whole square plus 0 minus P whole square is equal to 25, right? Now this implies this will be 9 and plus P square is equal to 25. So from here, P square will be 25 minus 9, which is 16. So P square is equal to 16. This implies P is equal to plus minus 4, right? So option B is going to be correct, right? Okay, good. Now some more question. Okay, so here we have, if the distance of P x comma y from point A 5 comma 1 and B -1 comma 5 are equal, right, then prove that 3x is equal to 2y. Again, the same question actually, right? Using the distance formula, you can easily solve this, right? So given P, so we have point P, x comma y, right? Distance from point A is here 5 comma 1 and B is here -1 comma 5, right? Given this distance is equal to this distance, right? That means AP is equal to BP, right? Now squaring both sides, so you'll get AP square is equal to BP square. Now what is AP? So 5 minus x whole square, 5 minus x whole square, or you can also write x minus 5 whole square, right? And then 1 minus y whole square is equal to BP. So -1 minus x whole square and plus 5 minus y whole square, right? Now, if you simplify this, so just use a minus b whole square. So this will be a square plus b square minus 2ab, right? And here a square plus b square minus 2ab, right? Again, here you can see now this is something like -x minus 1 whole square, right? So just treat this one as a and this one as b. Okay, so again, or we can also write here, just take minus comma, so you'll have 1 plus x whole square, right? So this is nothing but 1 plus x whole square. So we can write 1 plus x square and plus 2x, and here 5 square, that is 25, plus y square and minus 10y, right? Now you can see here that this x square, this y square will get cancelled out. This 25 will get cancelled out. 1 and 1 will get cancelled out, right? Now, if this comes this side, so 10y minus 2y, 10y minus 2y will be equal to 2x plus 10x, right? Now 10 minus 2 will be 8y, and this is equal to 12x. Now you can just simplify this. So 4 2s are 8, so 2y is equal to 3x, right? And this is what you have to prove, right? I hope this thing is clear to everyone, right? Okay, now moving further. So we have the section formula. Now what is this? Suppose we have 2 points, right? Suppose we have 2 points, A, x1, y1, right? And point B, x2, y2, okay? Now a third point, suppose C, is dividing the line joining of this point in ratio m is to n. Internally, we are just talking about internally, right? In m ratio n, then we have to find the coordinate of C. How can we find this? So just remember this formula, x is equal to, so remember the cross formula, like just multiply m, yes, just multiply with m with this and n with this one, right? So how we can write this formula? So m into x2 plus n into x1 divided by m plus n, right? And y is equal to, again, m y2 plus n x1, sorry, yeah, m n y1 divided by m plus n, right? This is how you can easily find the coordinate of point C, right? Just remember the cross technique, right? And again, this is internally division, right? This is internally division. In case of external division, just this positive sign will change to negative, right? Okay, now to make it more clear, let's have some questions that will make more clear, right? Okay, so the very first question, find the ratio in which line x minus 3y is equal to 0 divides the line segment joining the points -2, -5 and 6, 3. Find the coordinate of point of intersection. Okay, so we have the point like -2, -5, right? And 6, 3. Line joining will be this one. Suppose this is A and this is B, right? Now, one line is there, x minus 3y is equal to 0. Suppose the line will be like this one. So this is x minus 3y is equal to 0. Okay. So we have to find in which ratio this line is dividing this line segment. So here, I'm just assuming that this line is dividing this line segment in lambda ratio 1, right? So we can easily find this point P. How? Just use the section formula. So if you use the section formula, this is M, this is N, right? Okay. Suppose this P is alpha beta. Okay. So what will be alpha? So alpha will be equal to this M into 6. So that is 6 lambda plus 1 into -2, that is -2, and divided by lambda plus 1, right? That means this is 6 lambda minus 2 by lambda plus 1. Similarly, you can easily find beta. So what will be beta here? So beta will be again 3 lambda, 3 lambda plus, again 3 lambda plus 1 into -5. So -5 divided by lambda plus 1, right? Now you can see now this alpha and beta, this alpha and beta is going to satisfy this given line because this point is going to lie on this line, right? Okay, so we can just substitute here alpha minus 3 beta is equal to 0. Now what is alpha here? So we have 6 lambda minus 2 divided by lambda plus 1, right? And this will be equal to 3 into beta. So beta is 3 lambda minus 5 divided by lambda plus 1, right? Now this will get cancelled out. So finally we have, yes, finally we have 6 lambda minus 2 is equal to 9 lambda minus 15. Okay, so 9 lambda minus 6 lambda is equal to 15 minus 2. So from here, t lambda is equal to 13. So lambda is equal to 13 by 3, right? So here lambda is 13 by 3. Now just substitute the value here. So alpha and beta, you can easily calculate alpha and beta here, right? Just substitute lambda is equal to 13 by 3 and again 13 by 3 here. So you'll get the point of intersection. Okay. I hope this thing is clear to everyone. Okay, great. Now, the next question is find the ratio in which the line segment joining the point A 6, 3 and B -2, -5 is divided by x axis, right? So again, we have these points A 6, 3 and B -2, -5. Okay, so whenever you have to find the ratio, right? Just assume that the ratio is lambda is to 1. Okay, so ratio is lambda is to 1, right? This is point P. So point P is going to divide this line segment AB in lambda is to 1, right? So you can easily find this point P. Suppose this is alpha and beta. So again, what will be alpha? So alpha will be -2 lambda plus 6 divided by lambda plus 1. Now what is beta? So beta will be -5 lambda plus 3 divided by lambda plus 1, right? Now you can see here, find the ratio in which the line segment joining point this and this is divided by x axis. So this point is divided by x axis. That means this point is going to lie on x axis, right? On, and we all know on x axis y coordinate will be 0, right? So here we can say now beta will be equal to 0, right? So from here, minus 5 lambda plus 3 divided by lambda plus 1 is equal to 0. So this will be minus 5 lambda plus 3 equal to 0, right? And from here, you have lambda is equal to 3 by 5, right? Right? Lambda is equal to 3 by 5. So just substitute. We have assumed that this x-axis is going to divide in lambda is to 1. So what will be ratio? So 3 by 5 is to 1. This means we can write 3 is to 5. So this will be the required ratio, right? Okay. Now the midpoint formula. So what is the midpoint? Again, a special case of this one is the special case of section formula. Suppose we have 2 points, x1, y1 and x2, y2, right? This is A and this is B. Now the midpoint of this AB, this point C, right? So again, here M is to N. So here M is to N will be 1 is to 1, right? Because the length is same now. AC is equal to BC, right? So here, suppose this is x comma y. So x will be equal to M is 1. So 1 into x2. So you'll get x2 plus x1 by 2. And y is equal to y1 plus y2 by 2, right? This is how you can easily find. Just add the x coordinate, so x1 plus x2 by 2, and again add the y coordinate, so y1 plus y2 by 2. So this is how you can easily find the midpoint. Okay, now based on this, let's have a question. Okay, so if the midpoint of the line segment joining the points A and B is px comma y and x plus y minus 10 is equal to 0, find the value of k, right? So we have 2 points like A 3 comma 4 and B k comma 6. Now the midpoint is P, which is given x comma y. So what will be x here? So x will be 3 plus k by 2, right? And what will be y here? So y will be 4 plus 6 by 2, which is 5, right? Now x comma y. So this will lie on this line, right? So now x plus y minus 10 equal to 0. This point is going to lie on this line. So just substitute the value. So 3 plus k by 2 plus 5 minus 10 is equal to 0. So from here, 3 plus k by 2 is equal to 5, right? Now 3 plus k is equal to 10. So k is equal to 10 minus 3, which is 7, right? So value of k will be 7, right? Okay. Now the next question. So the next question is, if A minus 2 comma 1, B A comma 0, C 4 comma B and D 1 comma 2 are the vertices of parallelogram ABCD, find the value of A and B, right? And hence find the length of the side. Okay, so ABCD is a parallelogram. Just draw this. Okay, ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay, so A is minus 2 comma 1, B is A comma 0, C is 4 comma B, and D is 1 comma 2, right? Okay, now I'm just going to draw the diagonals. So this AC and BD, right? We all know the property of parallelogram is that the diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. So this will be equal to this one, and obviously this will be equal to this one. Suppose this is the point P. Okay, so we can easily find now here midpoint of AC. So what will be midpoint of AC? Obviously it will be P and minus 2 plus 4. So minus 2 plus 4 by 2 and comma this 1 plus B by 2. This is equal to, so you have minus 2 plus 4 is 2. So this is 1 comma 1 plus b by 2, right? And the next thing is you can easily find the midpoint of, so midpoint of BD. Again, point will be same, P. So this will be like a plus 1 by 2 and 0 plus 2, that is 2 by 2. And this is equal to, you have a plus 1 by 2 and 1, right? Now you can see now both points are same, right? So this one will be equal to this one, that is a plus 1 by 2 is equal to 1. So here you have a plus 1 is equal to, by cross multiplying 2, so from a is 1, right? And again the next thing, 1 plus b by 2 is equal to 1. So from here 1 plus b is equal to 2. So from here you have b is equal to 1, right? So yes, I hope this thing is clear. Now you got the coordinates, that means you got the value of a and you got the value of b. Now you have to find the length of the side. So which is very simple, by using distance formula, AB, BC, right? AB, BC, CD and AD, you can easily calculate. I hope you got all the concepts. So in the next video of the same chapter, we are going to solve some more questions, right? So yes, that's all from for today. Thank you.